Hello, my name is John Doherty, and today we're going to talk about P10. And that's the end of the swing, the finish. So we're going to look at balance and how to look sexy so that your competitors are shaking in their spikes after you hit the golf ball and they're not wanting to go up because your golf shot was that good. So we're going to just kind of cover what makes that finish happen in perfect balance and some little things you can do to spice it up. So going into P5, all of our center of mass and our pressure is over our lead foot. Well, that from P5 is starting to push up. Left knee straightening, left shoulder going up, and what's being thrown forward is the belt buckle or the pelvis area is being pushed forward as the tag of your shirt and your head is going backwards. So the center of mass is not in the finish anymore forward. The center of mass is actually back, and the only thing keeping you from falling backwards is the tippy toe of your right foot. So our goal is at P5 to have our center of mass and our pressure over that lead foot. Very little bit in that right foot. That right foot is banking inwards like this. There's so much mass and pressure left. And then that force in the ground, you are going to push off with that force, straighten the left knee, left shoulder is going to come up, and all this is going to be done without the head going up. And the head's able to go up and not go up and stay still because that right arm is staying bent and under the left arm. So if that right arm's firing and it's increasing the radius, that's going to make you jump back. So if all that being said is done right, left knee straightening, left shoulder is going up, belt buckle should be going towards the target as the tag of your shirt and your head is going back. So the arms, as we know, we talked about earlier, are working, right arm's working under the left. We're at P8, P9. To slow this thing down, and if you looked at Hogan and Zach Johnson, they don't slow it down for a long time. So they really wrap around the finish. But to save our back and not do Zach and Ben, we're going to start slowing this club down through flexing the left wrist, bending the left elbow is going to slow the club down. So right arm's under the left, belt buckles forward, head, tag of the shirt's back. First thing that's going to go is going to be the left wrist. So it's going to work this way. Because we're not trying to do any flipping or rolling with the right arm over the top of the left arm. Right arm's under the left. The club face is squaring through that hinge action we talked about, and that left hand's controlling the club face. But anyways, the first thing that's going to slow down is knuckles are going to go back. That left wrist is going to flex. Next is going to be the left elbow flexing. So it's going to go wrist, elbow flexing, and then the right arm is going to stay across the chest. Things I look for is I like to see the left elbow below the left shoulder. I like to see, I struggle with this in my swing, but I like to see the belt buckle, if possible, level. And how that happens is that not just the left leg's got to straighten, but the right leg starts to straighten, and that gets the belt buckle up. And then the right foot, to keep you from falling over, we need to have the right foot banked inward in the finish. So we got the belt sort of level. People tend to sag it, but level belt, right foot banked, left elbow under left shoulder, right arm across the chest, left wrist is bent back this way. You look at a lot of times people, like Rory had a video out where he hit a root and he dropped the club, and his finish, club's on the ground, he's just like this. And Ben Hogan's famous one iron at Marion, same way. So hand, glove facing backwards, knuckles bent back, left elbow bent, flex about 90 degrees and below the left elbow. So this is P10. And what you see in a lot of guys on the PGA Tour is at P10, the ball's going up to its peak. So once they're up like this in balance, the ball's up at its peak. When the ball starts to lower is when you'll see their arms lower. Then they either do one or two things. As the ball's coming close to hitting the green, they slide the club down in their left hand and catch it with their left hand on the club head. Or they use their thumb if they're showing out, and they will push on their thumb on the club real quick and let go of the thumb, and it creates a spinning motion of the shaft. So P10, now don't spin the shaft when your hands are up, because the club will probably hit you in the head. So when that ball starts coming down, that's when the arms come down. And then when it gets a little closer, you can twirl that thing with that left-hand thumb. And you'll have to work on it to get it to look good like that, where I just caught it perfectly in my left hand. Typically then, at this point, once the club either drops in the left hand or you twirl it in the left hand, at this point, the player's ball's on the green. They'll come back to their right leg and watch the shot. Now, why do they come back to their right leg? They come back to their right leg because in the finish, all of the center of mass was back. So all my pressure is forward in my left foot, but my center of mass is back, meaning if my foot went away, I'm going to fall back. So it makes sense that most of the guys on tour, after they lower, twirl and drop, will come back to their right hip and watch the ball on the green. And typically when they come back to their right hip, they come back with their right hip higher than their left. So they got their right knee straight, left knee flexed, and I'm slightly tipped forward. So they're not looking at it lean back, looking at it forward this way. And that's pretty much most PGA Tour players. And kids do a good job of just watching that and copying it, and they don't even know they're copying it, but most of the good junior golfers do that. So it goes up, ball's in the air, taking off, beautiful. We'll lower, we'll drop the club in the left hand, swing the right arm back, left hand's holding the club down, and if there's people left to play, people left to hit on that hole, typically this is what you would do. And then you flip the club, so you just got the club in the left hand, you flip it to the right hand, and then you're off. Unless you want to carry it with the left hand walking to your bag. But if there's other players to play, you usually flip the club back from the left hand to the right hand, either hand it to your caddy or take it back to your bag. If you're the last player to hit and you love your shot, ball's tracking at the hole, lowering down perfectly at the hole, hits the green and spins even closer to the hole, and you love it, you then can bunny hop, so you can really show out here, especially if you have a caddy. So we'll go lower, drop, throw it, do a little bunny hop, and then toss the club to the caddy as you walk down the fairway, keeping your head tilted to the right. So talking about how to stay in balance with the swing is you're going to fall over if too much of your body weight is on one side of your center of your feet line. So if I got too much body weight to the right, I'm going to fall this way. If I swing over here and come up this way, I'm going to fall left. So the balance in sticking a landing is being able to have certain parts of your body left, which should be the left hip, and other parts of your body right, which needs to be the head. So if you notice, my head is to the right of the center of my body, and my left hip is to the left of the center of my body. And my right foot is banked because the rotation in the swing, if I don't let that bank, I can fall forward. So keeping that right foot banked keeps you in balance. So P10, the secret of balance is staying at least half your body on one side and the other half on the left. And the area of focus needs to be the hip on the left, head on the right, right foot banked, then lower, then drop, swing back, and watch the shot. And hope you make the putt. All right, well, this wraps up P10. I sure hope you enjoyed the series. And I'm not going to stop with this. And I know some people have left some comments on some ideas that they'd like to have in a future video, and I welcome that. And we'll go forward with some more of these videos and maybe target certain areas of the golf swing. But I enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.